Here's looking at you, YouTube community. I hope you are all doing well on this fine Sunday afternoon. This is a long overdue, much needed VCLT video because the community is strong, and what do? We send each other stuff, whether it's something we buy with a specific person in mind, or have something in the collection we might not necessarily need anymore. What do? Why profit, right? Why put it up on eBay and go through that rigmarole and bullshit when you can shuffle it down the road and give it to somebody that might enjoy it a little bit more than you did? But yes, I have got some VCLT here, but before we do that, in the background, should you be able to hear this, is Blind Guardian with At the Edge of Time. This is the follow-up to A Twist in the Myth, I believe, which, as many Blind Guardian fans will know, is not the best Blind Guardian album. It took me many listens to start to appreciate that record. I don't know, they just didn't seem like they were in full swing on that one. The production was weak, and the songs were not as layered and dense as we were used to. But this album recently was turned on. I was turned on to this by my friends Noah and Bill at a camping gathering called Fat Camp that we had a couple weeks ago. Holy shit, is this a good record. The first half in particular, the first 4 or 5 songs are prime Blind Guardian. Prime Blind Guardian in the more symphonic sense. Post Night at the Opera, they started getting really symphonic. This is definitely a strong part of this album, but Hansi sounds amazing. His vocals are just really top-notch. Songwriting, top-notch. A lot of passion, dynamics. Excellent album. If you have not heard this yet, check out At the Edge of Time. Great stuff. First up, a gentleman by the name of Brian Arkham. I almost said his real name. I don't know if that's a secret or not. But he's got a channel, Brian Arkham. I will put links to the channels below where applicable. He sent me kind of a surprise package out of the blue here a while ago before I got insanely busy. Had some really cool stuff in it. And Brian, thank you so much for taking the time and doing that. What's in it? He's heard me bitch and whine and complain about bands that have either the name Goat or Void in their band name, which, let's face it, it's overdone. But he thought I needed to hear Temple of Void. This is of Terror and the Supernatural. I'm not entirely sure where these guys are from. I did not do their homework on this. I should have. I've listened to the album a good 3 times. This came out on Shadow Kingdom. This is a death metal band with a I don't want to say a straight up stoner rock influence because it's not that apparent, but they just have a groove to the death metal that they make that kind of indicates that they've listened to a lot of stoner jams in their past, which is fine. It's a good album. Consistent, deep vocals, but not the burbly, brutal kind. They're just kind of a good lower register. Fits the music well. There's not a ton of dynamics on this album, but it's really good. I've listened to it a good 2 or 3 times. Yeah, would I have ever scoped this out on my own? Maybe if it was in a used bin for $5, I would have, but Brian thought he needed to set it in motion where I check this out, and I appreciate it. It's really good. Worthy addition to the pile over there along the wall. Next up, he sent a couple tapes. First one is Udo or Udio with Animal House. I'm real slow at getting into the Accept Udo realm, but I'm there. It's clicking with me. For the longest time, I think growing up, my only connection with Accept was the Balls to the Wall video that was on Much Music and MTV once in a great while. But I picked up Balls to the Wall in a record show for really cheap, and man, what a great album! The whole thing from start to finish is a good album. I've picked up Metal Heart. No. I have like 2 or 3 of their albums now. I can't remember which ones. I got the one with Fast as a Shark on it. Restless and Wild. That's the name of it. That, and I also, someone else has also sent me this tape along the way. So I have 2 of these, which I will probably shuffle down the road to someone else. But this is a good album. It's just a good, accept sounding album. Of course, Udo has got a very charismatic, unique voice that stands out. A little bit of AC/DC in there, a little bit of Bon Scott in his growling style. Good shit. Definitely a good album. Next up, I used to have this on tape back in the high school days, and I think I ended up I got it on CD. I might even have the vinyl, but it's cool to have this on tape. This is I Want Out Live. This is a single the band put out. It is all live. It's got a Happy Halloween intro, A Little Time, Dr. Steen, Future World, We Got the Right, I Want Out with the encore, and How Many Tears. This is a great live performance. Where was it recorded? I don't know if it's going to tell me. Yep. It was recorded in Edinburgh, Scotland. Scotland. Except for I Want Out, recorded in Manchester, England. Produced by Tommy Hansen, who of course did the Keeper albums, both the Keeper albums. He also did Master of the Ring, I believe, and one other maybe. But this is a snapshot in time of a band who were in their prime live. Kiska, of course, sounds amazing. It's really cool to have this back on tape again. Thank you again, Brian. He also sent, which I have not listened to this yet because I just can't believe these things work. But I need to try it. This is one of the Decibel Flexi series. This is Carcass Under the Scalpel Blade. Pretty cool. Again, I haven't listened to it yet, but I will. Kind of a cool little... I don't know where the hell I'm going to put this, but it's cool to have. Thanks again, man. And there was, a few flyers in there. A patch from Soul Grinder Zine, which I have never seen before, but it's a cool patch. I won't put it on anything until I, of course, see the zine, but very cool patch. Adhesive backing. And a creator pin, tribute pin from the Metalhead box. Very cool. Thank you, Brian. I need to get some shit together for you. I've been meaning to. I've just been so fucking busy. But I really appreciate it. Next up, Rick from the Dreadful Minutes. A super kind guy, super awesome guy, very talented guy. Happy to call him a friend as well. He sent me a little care package out of the blue not too long ago with 2 CDs. First up is, in both of these CDs, much like 90% of the things Rick shows on his channel, I've never heard of. I've never heard of either of these bands, so it was kind of a cool experiment to see what he thought I would like, and he was right. First up is Washington State's Gallows Hymn. This is their latest album, The Age of Decadence. I've listened to this quite a bit. It's quite a good album. It's really well written. For being an American band, they kind of make their own union of death and black metal. The vocals are a deeper, gruff, shouting, screaming style. The overall vibe of this, and the melodies and the harmonies and the playful way the riffs work together, and the motion and the movement, the mid-paced nature of most of this album has a distinct Greek vibe going on, like early Verathron or Rotting Christ. There's definitely a big influence flowing around in this. Great production, some acoustic instruments. There's a lot of character and dynamic on this album. It's really good. If you've never heard Gallows Hymn, this The Age of Decadence 2020 album will definitely be a good addition to your collection. Next up, another band you've never heard of. This is Spell of Dark with The Vastness. This came out in 2019. I tried to find where they're from, and it says Novosibirsk. I'm not saying that right. I've never even heard of that fucking place. I don't know if it's made up. No fucking idea. Novosibirsk. Anyway, The Vastest is the name of the album by Spell of Dark. This is a one-man project, so obviously there's a drum machine. It feels like a drum machine, although it's, you know, electronic drum technology these days has become quite advanced, and if it's mixed right, you can't really tell. But this is bleak and very atmospheric black metal, very stripped down, with gripping guitar melodies. I mean, this sounds like nothing new, to be honest, but it's pretty well done. It's got a mystical, atmospheric vibe, which kind of transportive. And when I'm in the mood for this style of music, these guys are good. I mean, am I going to spin it a million times? Probably not. But I probably spun it 5 or 6 times working, and I like it quite a bit. This came out on Wolf Spell Records. Oh yeah, I should probably say where this came out. This does not say where it came out. This Gallows Hymn might be a self-release. There is no record label on the back. Nor is there a catalog number. So, anyway, 2 good ones. Spell of Dark, Gallows Hymn, from Rick at the Dreadful Minutes. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it, man. And again, you got a load coming your way. Lastly, but not leastly, is my buddy S. Craig Zoller. I may have shown some of these. I don't know for sure. Doesn't matter. He has sent me a bunch of shit over the last year, which, of course, endlessly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And first up is, I was curious about Protector, so he picked me up Golem. This is a High Roller Records reissue of a classic German thrash album. Is this, from the few albums I have heard by these guys, it seems like as they progress, they got a little less thrash and maybe a bit more proto-death, but don't quote me on that. They're a band that has evolved, but everything I've heard has been really good. Really well written, real energetic, aggressive. This thrash is fantastic. It's one of those bands that I somehow missed out on back in the day, and it's been fun checking out some of the stuff. He also sent another album, which I can't fucking find at the moment. It's in the pile somewhere. I may have filed it already. I don't know. The next 2, this is great. This is right up my alley right now for the stuff I've been listening to, but we got to talking about Iron Savior one night on the phone, talked about how I just saw a live video by them and thought they were quite good. He felt I needed to have this album. This is their debut album with Kai Hansen plays guitar on this band. He played on their first handful of albums. And apparently this guy here, Peter, he was, before Halloween was a big thing, was going to be their original vocalist before Kai stepped up. But I think family issues kept him out of the band to meet the demand that Halloween would need from an artist to go on the road and do the things that Halloween needed to do to grow and achieve. But this album is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's right in there. What year did this come out? This is 1997, but it's got that. This is on Noise Records too. This is very much in the vein spiritually as Walls of Jericho, meaning, yeah, it's got some power metal adjacent feelings and melodies, but I think the basis of this album is speed metal, especially the first couple tracks, The Arrival, Atlantis Falling, Brave New World. Very aggressive, in your face. Peter's vocals are great, man. He's got a really warm, bluesy, screaming tone, but can hit the highs. He's just got a raspy quality to his vocals that are outstanding. This album is prime real estate. It should, if you're into this style of music and haven't heard this album, definitely need to add this one to your collection. Next up, he sent another one. This is his second favorite in the Iron Savior catalog. This is The Landing. Very cool cover there. Very futuristic. This is on Del Imaginario Discos, which looks like this might be a license from AFM Records for a different country, but great album, man. It's really great. Kai is no longer in the band at this point. I have not listened to this one as much as the debut because the debut is so good. But I've got this and Dark Assault, or the other two that I own by Iron Savior. They've got an extensive catalog, which I know isn't all great, but all at least good. So I'm eventually going to track them down here and there when they turn up. But another great album. The speed metal maybe starts to fall away a little bit as they embrace more of a rough sounding power metal persona on here. But excellent songwriting. But that's it. And again, I appreciate everyone that has taken the time to send this ragged old bastard some stuff to listen to. And I will, of course, return the favor. And it's coming soon. Next video, probably just going to be a collection update. Something simple. I'm trying to get back on the horse here and try to get going again now that my camera and computer appear to be not fucking up. And of course, weekly, we're doing the heavy metallurgy discussion group. Myself and Alan Coulson from Let's Talk Metal. Always have a guest, usually have a guest. There's always a topic. We're going to keep plugging away with that show on this channel until we decide it needs its own channel, which, honestly, building up a YouTube channel in this day and age is a slow, tedious process. What do you guys think? Should we start our own channel for heavy metallurgy, or should we just leave it here? Does it really fucking matter? I don't know. But we're enjoying it and having a great time doing it, and look forward to it weekly and talking with you guys. But thanks again for watching this video. Hopefully there's some stuff on here you haven't heard either, and you can go research and check out. Definitely all these bands are worth spinning for sure. Until next time, thanks a lot. Take care.